10,
So, I only have 2
9,
stacks of Cycle of
8,
Hatred, but that's fine.
7,
I'll still just
6,
I-beam, meta I-beam
5,
here.
4,
At about 3
3,
seconds left on the timer,
2,
I'll go for it.
1.
And that'll bring me up to 4 stacks of Cycle. And that's a 25 second on that I-beam, but it'll be up before I need it. This muscle has a skull, so that's the one I'll be hitting. And I'll set focus on a pyro that is getting pulled. Spam up my M-auras.
Kick.
I'll stun before I meta stun. Gonna meld in case of threat. I'll swap to another hired muscle because that one's just about to die. Worst darkness of my life somehow.
Beware.
Alright, all the muscles are dealt with, and now we can just chain packs onto Chewy.
Beware.
I just need one more soul here. Sigil of Flame from ranged. Gonna hit a Chaos Nova for souls.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
We can just glide the knockback.
Beware. Beware.
Cancel my I-beam there because I moved to that circle, which was not good.
Beware.
Gonna press House of Cards here because it's gonna overlap my I-beam window. Throw another Reaver Glaive. Press Glide to cancel the knockback. And I Vengeful for the initiative buff on everything that comes with a buff Blade Dance. Now, there's only 3 targets, so I'm not going to press Nova right now. I'm not sure what we're doing, so I'll keep pressing I-beam on cooldown. Should never really hold I-beam. Not going to use my Reaver's Glaive.
Kick.
I'm gonna go take mobs from over there, more funnel for me. And when they come in, I will Nova. This one's coming at me, so I press Blur, and I actually dodged it. If you press Blur before it hits you, you can dodge the mechanic. You can dodge it even without pressing Blur, because you have like 15% base dodge, but Blur takes you up to about 65%, so you'll dodge it more often than you won't. And I'll just do 2 here. Gauge Privilege, you can hop right over every mechanic on this fight. Building sigils and pressing Immora till the boss gets in.
Beware. Beware.
And I'm just overspending my Reaver's Glaives right now because I have ads to funnel off of, and I want them now as opposed to playing around uptime.
Beware.
I'm not too worried about this debuff because I have, again, ads to funnel off of, is also ads to leech off of. So I'm going to be very healthy.
Beware.
And I'll throw one last glaive in this phase. just gonna kill these ads quickly. Grab souls. Again, you can actually go over top there. Dropping sigil on him just for the soul. Using Immoras, that would be just overcapping, and then saving one stack so that I have Immoras going into the next pull. Boss is like dead, so I'm actually going to save my Reaver's Glaive here as well. Did you hear the rumors for 3rd DH spec? I did, we'll see. I don't know if I believe him. Oh right, we're not pulling those. I pick up the soul so that I refresh those stacks.
Beware.
Kick.
Pressing Nova for souls. Multiple of these heal casts are going to go off, it looks like. Gonna use my House of Cards on cooldown here. It's gonna overlap my I-beam window super good. Not gonna Vengeful because the Brew spawning actually gave me initiative.
Beware.
Gonna hit this batch because it looks a bit sus. Good thing I did. And using my last Reaver's Glaive that I'm looking to use on this. Still pressing I-beam even though mob's gonna die because we're doing a skip after this. A Sigil of Flame to spawn a soul. I think that... he was invisible, maybe not.
Beware.
Surprised he got that meld off in time. Just gonna get a kick on one of the taste testers here. I'm also gonna kill a random one.
Kick.
Swapping to the Hobgoblin now that I have it as a target, and throwing House of Cards.
Beware.
Gonna Fear Sigil during the charge, just to make sure your cast doesn't go off during it.
Kick.
Beware.
Nova as well, again for souls. Defensive because I'm getting hit with a free sample here, though honestly don't really need it because we didn't have a Hobgoblin in the pool. Get the Purge on the mob that got the heal on it. I was just saving the Reaver's Glaive.
I simply wish you had lasted
And
a
they're all
little
gone.
longer.
Well, I was saving Reaver's Glaives so that I would have a shitload of funnel damage. But, that went out the window. Gonna be sending meta into the Hobgoblin here.
Beware.
Swapping to the highest health pace tester, just because the Hobgoblin is gonna die. And I want my markup at all times. Press no souls. And just MORing because on multi-target here, even though they're gonna die pretty soon, using on single target on pull on this boss isn't good, and it's quite a while until the ad spawn. Putting up my mark at the start of the pull just so I have one out, and then saving for ads. And same with my Immolation Auras here, saving for ads. Don't want to press I-beam in this phase, it's just super sketchy. Start MORing now. And I can hunt. Hopefully because it's a VDH he'll stay in range, but I don't think he will. Hitting Shadow Meld to clear the debuff off myself. Shadow Melding takes that off. And that lets you just defensive on the intermission. Using House of Cards just lined up to a regular window. You don't save for meta as Aldrachi. Outside of some rare cases, I might. We would just let the ads come a bit closer. I could cleave them very effectively, but they're just full casting on them and trying to keep them out. Ideally, they should be in range of Throglaive bounces, and then we have Throglaive slow, so they're really not hard to deal with. Gonna press Blur. I don't like using Darkness on this mechanic because it's incredibly hard to see the circles through it, but I'll press Darkness on the next one, just to show what it looks like. I don't have Shadow Melt for this debuff, so this one I sit. They're panicking about ads, but ads are fine. I can look to Misery these mobs. Boss is like dead anyway, I'll just Misery the one close one. And just to be certain, I'll use one more Reaver's Glaive into the boss's HP. And you can see my charge bolts is hitting random brute drops out there, because it's just a random enemy you're in combat with, so within 40 yards of you. On this pull, I'll set my focus on the Purveyor for that kick. And once I got my Immoros out, I'll house the cards and press I-beam.
Beware.
Hunt and stun for souls.
Run away, little girl.
I'm gonna meta immune the beeswax. Drop sigil of spite. I have a big 3-stack, so I'm just going to defensive right now. Because the Shredding Sting dot is very aggressive, and that overlapping with this Swarming Surprise is how you die here. I actually should have used that blur a little bit later, looking at it. Thing, gonna be cleaving off the Honey Harvester here. I'm gonna kick that Bee Wrangler, just because it's far enough out.
Kick.
Beware.
It'll run in for a second. Gonna stun for souls before the mobs all die. I'll get even more souls as the little Beelets die.
Beware.
We did roll one Honey Harvester into another, so we're actually taking ramping damage. Gonna stun Purveyor cast.
Beware.
Using Misery just to spawn a soul here.
Kick.
I'm gonna stun
Beware.
before the mobs all die. I'm gonna cleave off a Bee Wrangler. And then I'll go into the highest health worker bee just to make sure they all go down and die. Probably just want this to go off. Thing's gonna pull in. I'll kick the far purveyor because it's definitely getting pulled.
Kick.
Move up for the beeswax by getting my blade dance in first. And just continuing to spend all my Reaver slaves trying to get this Honey Harvester down as fast as I can. Pull gets a lot less sketchy when it's not alive. No more damage really overlaps. I blew my kick.
Beware.
Getting slowed. I blew my kick trying to back up the other one because it looked like it was going off. I just shouldn't have. Killing these before they go off, but I would Shadow Meld with a double or Netherwalk. Netherwalk's probably better, just to let them go through. Stunning for souls.
Kick. Kick.
Beware.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Beware.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Swapping to the boss as my prio target. Again, stunning just to spawn souls. I think I only got one there, but that's okay. Trying to hit as many targets as I can with my blade dances for funnel. And these mobs, if you stun them when they start casting, they will not recast. I will press my House of Cards here, even though it's not quite up yet. Waiting for more ads before I spend my Reaver Glaives. think we need those B-lets, so I'm gonna ping them. Just in case they were forgotten. So they also give incredible funnel for Havoc on this boss. Looking to stun these ads, which I'm going to cast in a second here. And then I'll stun this last one as well. So, no debuffs are out. And if there's no debuffs out, these knockback like wins are honestly not dangerous. I'm gonna save my Sigil of Misery here, so I can do a trick to save my souls for upstairs. But I think we need these B-lets.
We should use them to make a beeline to Goldie's office. Come back to his house to use them.
Hunting for souls. And I'm just going to save the rest of the souls that I get here. So I can grab these right away. And then I have 30 seconds timer, which is always a bit sketch, but you can actually just hop up on this barrel to make it easier too. And then you can double jump and foul rush, or you can vengeful. It's easier to vengeful up here. Then I can CC. I messed it up because I walked too close, which was not what I was intending to do, but... What? Oh, I see. See if I can do this. Swap my Reaver's Glaive over to the other one, because this one's like dead. Okay. Last boss here, not dangerous for us at all. Just make sure you don't get hit by a wave. And I'm just going to save House of Cards for my next Ibeam window. And that'll also be where I meta. And this will also now line up to my combat potion. For my Reaver Glaive here, use my Immora. Only have one stack of the dot, so I'm never really looking to defensive on that. It's just like, if you have a 2-stack, or a 2-stack plus a circle especially, that's where you look to defensive. Barring healer death or something like that, of course. And finding a spot that's safe from all the barrels, where I'm standing right now, should be perfectly fine. Right, easy. Yeah, lightning strike only did 2.9%, so the stat one's gonna do more overall, but again, let me check the single target. I do think this is the worst dungeon for it. 3.2 on Aldrir. 6.2 on Ipa, which is actually a lot with how much DPS I was doing there. 4% on Buzzbee, and 7.2% on Baron Bottom. On pure single target, it really does pop off, but this dungeon just has one pure single target boss, because you're always pulling funnel onto the first boss, and then second and third have so many ads, so...